Hello. Today I want to focus on how to use Pear Deck to really encourage this peer-to-peer learning, whether you are face-to-face or remote. I will tell you that as an online teacher, Pear Deck was an essential for me in our synchronous sessions to allow all students to engage in the discussion so that I knew that they were tuned in, but also so that we could see how one another were thinking. So it wasn't just about me showing my work, but really about students showing each other their work and for us to discuss it. How I usually set up my Pear Deck is some slides may be purely instructional, maybe I need to teach them something, but as much as possible, I bring in interaction, like place the red dot on the 0.24 here. And I would give everybody a minute of wait time. So I would have them answer the question and then I would lock their screens and say, all right, please bring your attention back to my screen. So in the classroom, that would be the projector. In an online class, that would be onto your screen share in a Zoom or a Google Meet. And at this point, I would show the responses. And so a question like this, I might show them all stacked together. If that is too much, then I break it down to the list layout and we'll go over a couple of answers. So we'll talk about, does this seem right? And then we'll go to this next one, which is incorrect. And we'll talk about, well, what might the student have been thinking to have given this answer, which is incorrect. And so that is a way that instead of me focusing on my answer, we can focus on the results of the class and we can really break down both the correct, but also the incorrect answers and talk about why that mistake may have been made. So, instead of going over 2 up 4, this student went over 4 up 2. When I bring this up on the board, I let students respond and tell me why that mistake was made so that they are a part of this revision process. One thing that you can also do is say that, you want students to have 1 minute to answer this question or up to 3 minutes. You can just click your mouse on the lock screen button and hold it. And then you can choose a 1-minute timer. And then students will have a minute. And that's their wait time. It will count them down. And when the minute is about to expire, it does turn yellow and then red. And when their time is up, then I ask them, okay, now bring your attention back to my screen. And then I show the responses again. And at that moment, we're able to talk about them. Those were a couple draggable. When it is a short answer reply, then it depends on how many students I have. A lot of time I like to use this list layout and just go one by one. But if I have a lot of students, then I might use this grid layout so that we can see more responses as a whole. But again, this comparison of, well, most people thought it was horizontal, but this person thought it's vertical, and allow students to talk about what they think is correct, what they think is incorrect, and why. So those are just some of my tips on how I use Pear Deck to really bring the focus onto what students are saying versus just what is on my screen. Even if we are doing a screen share, I can, using Pear Deck, bring in the voices of all the different students in the classroom instead of just the answer that I'm drawing or the answer that I'm typing. So in addition to Pear Deck being a great platform to make sure that every student in the class is engaged and active in doing something, it also is really this opportunity to bring in this peer-to-peer learning, even if we are in a purely online environment. So that's what I wanted to share today. That's it. Bye.